In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use SketchUp to model a simple little table. Now, this table could be just something to throw in next to your bed, like a bedside table. It could be something that goes in the lounge room that you keep a lamp on, or maybe some reading books. It's only a basic table, just so you can learn a few more simple skills in SketchUp. Okay, so to get started, we're going to delete the man in the middle of the page, and we're going to start with the legs of the table. We're going to draw the timber legs first of all. So grab your rectangle tool and just click anywhere down here and draw out a rectangle that is 1500, 150. So I've actually typed that into the box in the bottom right corner, 1500 mil by 150 mil, and press enter. And that's going to be the size of our leg for our table. We're going to grab the push-pull tool next to extrude this. I'm going to bring it up, 150 mil, so a nice thick piece of timber for the legs of our table. And there's one of the legs done. Pretty easy. Now at the moment this leg's lying down, which isn't going to serve us any purpose, so we're going to grab our select tool and triple click on it. 1, 2, 3. That will just select the entire leg. And we'll grab this rotate tool here. We'll press the letter Q for the shortcut. Hover over, say, this bottom corner, and we're looking for the green coloured protractor here. Going to click once, come out to the right and click again, and then just move my mouse down until we see that standing upright at 90 degrees. You can actually type in 90 degrees in the angle there and press enter, and that should get your table legs standing up nicely. Okay, while it's still selected, grab your select tool and right click on it and make it a component. That'll join all those sides together, and we're going to call it the leg, and click create. Okay, so that's now the leg of the table done. We're actually going to keep that selected and press Ctrl-C to copy it and then Ctrl-V to paste it. So you've got two legs on the page. Okay, now what I'm going to put in next is the skirt part of the table. This is like a wooden support that comes underneath the top of the table. I'll show you what it is in a sec. You'll know it when you see it. It's a bit hard to explain what the skirt is until you actually see it. So let's grab our rectangle tool and we're going to bring out a rectangle this time that is 1200 mil by 100 mil. Okay, and we're going to raise that up 50 mil, so it's 50 mil thickness, like so. Now this is also facing the wrong way, so we're going to have to grab our rotate tool again. Actually, before we do that, we need to triple click on it. So 1, 2, 3 with our select tool. Now we can grab our rotate tool. And I'm going to go for the red protractor this time and click in the corner, come out to the left and click again, and rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, and then we should have our skirt for our table sitting upright, which is just how we want it. You can right click on that now and make it a component, and we'll call it a skirt and click create. Alright, now with that skirt selected, we're going to move it up and attach it to one of these legs. So I'm going to grab the move tool, which is these 4 red arrows. I'm going to grab this left hand corner at the top here, try and snap it onto that corner just up there like so. So that's exactly where you want it. If you don't have it in that position, just keep grabbing that top left corner and moving it around till it snaps into place. Okay, you can grab your select tool and click on this leg now. I'm going to try and move it now into where we want it. Again, I'm going to grab this top corner and just snap it into the top corner of the skirt, like so. Whoops. Okay, and now if I zoom back, you'll see how that is looking. That's one part of our table all done. Looking good. Now I'm going to copy that skirt. I'm going to click on it and press Ctrl-C and then Ctrl-V. It's going to bring out another copy of that skirt. We need to rotate this around so we can put some running down the side of our table. So again, grab your rotate tool or press the Q for the shortcut key. Looking for the blue protractor this time, so just move your mouse around towards the bottom of it and click once. Come out to the left or right and click again and move it around 90 degrees. Okay, that's looking good. Now I'm going to grab my move tool, grab the top left corner and bring it up and snap it onto the end of the table like so. Okay, now I'm going to copy that particular skirt. I'm going to grab the spacebar here, click on that, Ctrl-C to copy, Ctrl-V to paste, drop it in anywhere. And what we're going to do here is just pull it up to the other leg. So grab your move tool and snap it into position like so. Looking good. Let's copy and paste one of the legs again now. So I'm going to grab my spacebar, which is the select tool. I'm going to come over and click on one of these legs, it doesn't matter which one. Ctrl-C to copy, Ctrl-V to paste, and just plonk him in anywhere for now. And while you're at it, press Control V again. Let's bring in a second leg and just plonk it over the side there somewhere. We'll move it in a minute. Alrighty, so let's grab, I'm going to have to swing around here so I can see this a bit clearer. I'm going to grab my select tool and select this leg. Grab my move tool and just grab this corner and snap it in position. Oops. There we go, looks good. Same with this corner over here. You want to grab that far corner, I think, and move it down here into position. Okay, so you can see how that's meant to be set up. Looking good. Last thing we're going to do is just copy this skirt just here. So grab your select tool, Control C to copy it one more time, Control V to paste it, just sit it on the ground there somewhere, and then you can go and move it into position. So the letter M, pick it up and move it into position. That's not where I want it yet, so I'll plonk it there. Oops. Alright, I think we're done. So we've got the legs and the skirting part of our table looking good. The next part we're going to do is the tabletop itself. So I'll just do a quick measure here using the tape measure tool. Press the T to get that with the shortcut key. Just measure from one side to the other. 1500 mil, beauty. And then from one side to the other again, we've got 1500 mil. So just as expected, it's a perfect square. So we're going to need to draw a rectangle or square using the rectangle tool. That's 1500, comma 1500, and press enter. Now that would fit perfectly on top of our table there, but I want to have a little bit of an overhang or a bit of a lip on this tabletop. So we're going to use the offset tool here to make it a little bit bigger. So you can click on this shape and might need to just do that one more time. Click on the shape and drag out, and looking for about a 75mm overhang. It's not a very big one, but just big enough to give it that overhang over the legs. Once you've done that, grab your eraser tool and you can erase those lines of the inner square there. We don't need them. We just want to make it one larger tabletop. Okay, and we're going to just raise that up using our push-pull tool to a 50mm thickness. Beautiful. Now, before we put that tabletop on the table, we might round off the edges. So I'm going to grab my tape measure tool again by pressing the letter T, and I'm going to go around to each corner here now and click on the corner and go down the lines running down beside them there, 100mm. So I'm going to type in 100 and press enter. I'll do that for the other side, 100mm, press enter. You'll see these little black marks appear. With those little black marks, you can go and connect them up using the 2-point arc tool from your extended toolbox. I'm going to click on the left one once, click on the right one once, and then you can start to make a bulge. Okay, now that bulge needs to be 25mm in size. Okay, so type in 25 and press enter, and that'll give you a nice little bulge. Whoops, that was actually on the wrong axis, so I might just quickly do that again. There we go, 25mm, enter. Now, once you've got that arc in there, that little bulge, grab your push-pull tool and simply pull that bit down, and it will disappear, and it will round off the edges there. You can grab your eraser tool by pressing the letter E and just erase those guides, and you've now got one corner nicely rounded. Go around and do that for the other corners now as well. Okay, so start with the tape measure, head down to the corner, come down 100mm each side, grab your 2-point arc tool, click once on each of those dots, and then come up 25mm. Okay, now I've done that on the wrong axis again, so I'll do that one more time. There we go. Use the push-pull tool to just pull that straight down to get rid of it. Use your eraser to get rid of the guides. Alright, do that for the remaining two corners now. Alright, so I think we're done there. I've rounded off each of the corners, so now we can grab our select tool and triple click on this tabletop, and we're going to right click to make it a component, and we'll just call it top and click on create. Okay, now to get this into position, a little bit of a knack to it, I suppose. I can't just drag it and drop it in the center there, not that easy. So what I'm going to do is actually grab my tape measure, and I know that's a 75mm lip that I created. So I'm going to click on that corner and come out 75mm and press enter. Then I'm going to go down 75mm and just connect back up to that guide. So I've got just a little square out the side there that's going to be helpful for getting my tabletop into position. I'll grab my select tool and click on the tabletop, and then my move tool. I'm going to grab this bottom corner and hopefully I can snap it. I might just need to rotate around a bit here so I can see it a bit clearer. Hopefully I can snap it into position there. There we go, that looks good. So I'll just get rid of that guide, get rid of that guide. If you want, you can try and get rid of any other guides you can see there. I think there's one more somewhere. There it is. I'll get rid of that. Okay, and if you look around underneath there now, your tabletop should be sitting nicely in the center of our table there. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Time to give it a material now to make it look a bit more realistic. So I'm just going to select it all, go to my materials and go down to the timber, or the wood one, sorry. Choose a wood that you like the looks of. I'm just going to go with a darker one and slap it on. Now we've got ourselves a little timber table all finished. Now, if you're in my class, I'm going to give you a bit of a challenge where I'm going to get you to try and add in a lamp. Okay, now that's a photo of a lamp. I want you to try and model that using SketchUp. Okay, so you've got a circular base. We've got a little skinny cylinder that comes up through the middle there. And you can try and draw a light bulb if you want on the inside, and then try and model this lamp shade to go around it. And I want you to sit that on the desk. Once you've done that, you can just use the warehouse to grab a book and some reading glasses to sit on there as well. Okay, now I'm going to cheat. Just go straight to the warehouse. I don't want you to do this. I'm going to look for a lamp to begin with, just to show you what it's going to look like once we're all done. Now, there's plenty of good lamps there to pick from, also plenty of ugly ones. It's up to you which one you want to choose. I'm going to go with this fancy looking one here. Now remember, when you download these, they may come out big. And I think this lamp is going to be one of them. Oh no, it comes out small. Interesting looking lamp there. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's see if I can move it down onto my table though. Okay, probably a little bit small, so I'll just scale him up a bit there. Whoever made this didn't do a very good job of modeling it. Anyway, we'll have a small lamp on the table. You get the idea. You can always make that bigger later. And what else did I say? I wanted some books and some glasses. I'll try reading books and see what comes up. Not really giving me piles of books. Let's just search for books. There we go. So you've got a few piles of books that you could bring in. This one will do me just here. Hopefully it's not too big. Perfect. That can just go on there somewhere. Okay, if you want, maybe give it a bit of a rotate so it's got a bit of a slightly messier look. There we go. And I'll use my move tool to just nudge that over a bit. And I'm going to try and stick some reading glasses on there somewhere as well in a sec. A bit bigger. So back to the warehouse I go, and I'll search reading glasses. See what comes up. Oh, lovely, those first ones there look good. And I'll sit them on, I can just sit them next to the book, I think, and press the S tool to scale them up just a little bit. Alrighty, if you wanted to rotate it, feel free to give it a rotation. And M to move them if you wanted to move them. Alright, they're kind of sinking into the table there, aren't they? I need to just move them a little bit more. There you go. Okay, so there you go. We've modelled ourselves a little table now. The only thing I would do if I had more time was just resize that lamp to make it a bit bigger, make it look a bit more realistic. I wonder if I can just double click on it actually and cut it out and paste it back in. That'll make life a bit easier. Here we go. Use my move tool to just push it over into that corner. There we go. That looks better now. Okay, so that's how we model the table and also decorate it with a few things from the warehouse. Okay, save it up and you are all finished.